Good morning, folks. We're on the air with VA3EWV. In just one more minute, we're going to get started. Good morning. I don't know who's on there, but good morning. We're going to be getting started right now. I see there's a thumbs up. So let's go out there and hit it. All right, let's get it going. All right. Good morning. The time is now 8 o'clock a.m. This is VA3EWV. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, Ernest, and St. Andrews. Is there any priority traffic? Okay, nothing heard. Is there anybody else using the frequency before we get started? All right, welcome one and all. It is 8:01 a.m. here in St. Andrews, West Ontario. It is 0 degrees outside, 93% humidity. We're going to have a high of 2, a low of 0, 1 hour of sunlight for those old solar panels on my roof, so that's not going to do me any good. And a 94% chance we're going to have some snow. Looking out the window, looks like it already got a little bit of dusting and snow out there. So I think this is time for people to start scrambling and getting winter tires on and this and that and the third, you know, for those who wait for the snow to fall. Yeah, and it's going to be a mad race. All right, so we got some people on Facebook Live already. I don't see their names, but we're going to be getting started with check-ins. We're going to start doing that now. VA3EWV listening. Where's my pen?
VA3BS. QE portal. VA3MGW.
Okay, we have 3 real quick in there. We got VA3VS, VA3AQE, and VA3MJW. Any more before we get started?
VA3KCB.
They caught you slipping on the mic there, VA3KCB. Hey, did you have to get your snowplow out there to get to the riverside? I'll come back with you in a second. Anybody else before we get started? Okay, let's start at the top of the list there. Dean, good morning to you. VA3BS, how you doing today? Over.
Oh, I'm doing good there, Ernest. I'm doing good. Did you wake up to that snow outside? Isn't that pretty? We did. We thought it was amazing because at 3 o'clock there was nothing on the ground. And then woke up at 6:15 and oh my God, look outside.
I'm telling you.
Anyways, that's about all. Good morning, everybody else. And Ernest, anybody, say it again, anybody want to go for breakfast on Saturday at Sunnyside Up? There's a couple of us going at 8:30. So anyways, anybody wants to join us, I'm still hungry Saturday morning, so I'm going.
Amen on that. That's a big QSL on that one. That's right. Hunger never stops, right? And for those of us that don't like to cook, like he's saying, sunny side up on Saturday morning there. So I already told John we had wings last night at the Quins there, and I told him about it. So thank you, Dean. You got your buddies with you this morning, or are you flying solo? Okay, I think Dean's going to get him a coffee and some something to eat there. Come on in there, mobile. No, we're going to go to Michael. VA3MJW, come on in. Michael, like I said earlier, your radio sounded pretty good this morning. Did you do anything different to it, or you sitting by the window? What's going on?
VA3EWV. Sitting in front of the window, I have the window open and it's cold. It was out about 6 o'clock. I went to Tim's and got myself a coffee. And I ended up slipping on my butt, spilling my whole coffee. But managed to crawl, get myself back up, and go back in and get myself another coffee. So I had 2 coffees, but I actually only drank one. Okay, back to you there, Ernie. VA3EWV. We're going to stand by.
Well, sorry you had to do that 2 for 1 to get that coffee. And hey, look, just in case nobody knows, and it happened to me this morning dragging the trash cans out. Not only do we have to change those winter tires, we have to change those winter shoes. Come on. So y'all got to get out of those slippity slops there. I had on some tennis or sneakers or whatever. They have a foam bottom on it, and I was out there slip sliding away. Anyway, I gotta quit doing that. Nobody wants to hear those little sound bites in there. Come on in there, VA3AQE.
Good morning, all. Ernie, it's been a while morning there, and already temperatures have been dropping almost now, and there was ice on the roads when I left this morning. I know Vincent Massey had 3 car accidents already.
Oh my God.
Cleaning that up. So yeah, you may want to be careful out there this morning because it may not look like it, but there is some ice out there. Places over.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys that are out there mobile, Rick, VA3KCB and VA3AQE and also VA3ARF. Y'all be careful out there. I can see it in the driveway this morning. My son's left already, and you can see the slush. I think that's what hits people up, And everybody couldn't be like me, sitting at home doing nothing and put the winter tires on in like August or whenever I did it. I forgot exactly when it was done, but it's been done so long it's pitiful. Okay, Michael, thank you, and be careful out there on your drive in. VA3KCB down by the riverside. Go ahead.
Well, good morning, Ernest, and fellow radio operators. The temperature down here is a balmy 1 degree Celsius. Quite a breeze. A little bit of sleet coming down. No ice, though. It's been just warm enough to... I'm on asphalt, and it's all black, so the grass is all white, but the asphalt must be a little bit warmer, so... Day, and by the way, giving us the odd little jingle here and there. Everyone deserves to have a good crack up in the morning.
Yeah, Roger on that, and I just want to make sure everybody heard about that sunny side up on at 8:30 on this coming Saturday morning. Thank you very much in there, Rick. Yesterday we only had 3 or 4 people. I thought it was going to be one of those Mike Tyson fights, one of those Muhammad Ali fights, round 1 and it's over with like in 30 seconds. But we managed to stretch it out there. We got talking about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And speaking of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, I'm going to hit you with it, Rick. Did you go home and get distracted, or did you go home and see if you could put those frequencies in? Well, I'm not going to test those there. I'm just wondering if you managed to get that put in.
I got distracted. For some reason, it's not the top of my list, and I know the coverage is not very good. I did other things, and I guess I did it on my forehead backwards when I go and brush my teeth in the morning and read it the right side way.
Hey, I remember working at Capitol Memorial Gardens, and I would have stayed at that job too. I was telling you guys I was going to share a funny story with you. I didn't want to take up all the time yesterday, but I'm going to hit y'all with 2 funny stories today. Since this is Throwback Thursday, this doesn't have to do with, yes, it's on the air with VA3EWV, but we can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be radio. So also you can post anything on the Facebook group. I'm going to give my own self my own plug Oh, by the way, this is live stream. We have some people out there already this morning on the stream. They would be with us via Echolink or via AllStar, but unfortunately right now, our hardware has had a failure, and we're waiting on some parts. And when you're looking at electronic parts like that, good luck, right? Because you have to find a place, then you have to get them to ship it to you, and good luck on getting them. I called the propane man, just rambling on here, I called the propane man over a week ago, because I had that third tank put on my house and from the garage, and I've called them twice, and I'm like, hey, you know, what's the holdup? And they're like, well, we don't normally fill up the tank until it's 30%. I'm like, but I called you, and I asked you to come fill it up. So can you guys come and do that? And I still haven't seen them. So I'm probably going to have to source my own stuff or, or get on them. I have a sensor. Let me pause. I have a sensor on the tanks, and it tells you without going outside what your stuff is. So when they added the third tank on there, what happens was they did a good job, number one. So that's already nice. And then I found a friend of Dean's to come out and connect all the gas, because some things were, I guess, done by the original owner, so I'm all up to code, and that's great. And then the young man said that, hey, this tank's going to kind of fill itself up from the other two tanks. So now that I have the one sensor, they don't want to come out unless it's 30-something%. But I got the money now, you know, so I'm going to call them again today and say, hey, look, I got money in my pocket today. If y'all can get out here by the weekend, you know, come on and come. But if not, don't worry about it, right? My son-in-law actually works for Stinson's, and he's been begging me to come over to them and get a good discount, you know, but they don't have any monitoring stuff, so I might have to do a change up on them. Anyway, we got 4 check-ins. Let me just pause for 5 seconds to see if there's an emergency traffic, and then we'll get back to you. VA3EWV on the side. All right, VA3EWV returning. Trying to work on my radio etiquette there, and we're still taking check-ins. Let's see if we have number 5 out there. Could that be you? VA3EWV listening.
VA3EWV mobile.
All right, we got VA3RF on that big radio out there. It's not the big radio. It's what they say. It's not the size of the radio. It's the size of the stick, you know. So we got the big stick going out there sounding loud and proud this morning. Come on in there, Rob.
Okay, good morning, Ernest and everyone. Yeah, no, I should have a big signal. I was checking in right next to the repeater site. Anyway, I'm keenly listening to your story there, so I just thought I'd check in and I'll ride along. Probably my next stop is the Tim Hortons at Monkland, so I'll be listening in V3AF mobile.
All right, we appreciate that, Rob, and be careful out there. V3AQE was already telling us that they're picking up cars, you know. It must have been people from the States, you know, like the Deep South that aren't used to this stuff coming, you know. I drive with extreme, as soon as I see this stuff, I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, my wife and my kids hate it, but it didn't take me but one time. I was coming into Canada for the first time, never experienced snow. I was driving from the States, from Louisiana, up to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. That was my destination. And I got to Sault Ste. Marie at about 3 o'clock in the morning and decided not to wait for the morning to go across the international bridge there in Sault Ste. Marie. The snow was coming, and it looked like rain to me because I had never seen blowing snow. You have to understand, where we're from, we don't get snow like that. So I started coming up the bridge, no big deal. And you know, it says 30 miles per hour, so I was going slow. Then I start coming down the bridge, and the I had a rear, a 68 Pontiac Tempest. So it's rear wheel drive, eh? So I start coming down the thing, and the back end kind of like went to the left, and I hit the brakes, and the car went to the side rail, and well, there's cement there, and so luckily I didn't hit the side rail, but the tires were on the cement, and I slid all the way down that bridge, and thank God nobody was coming up the other side, and I was passing all the other cars and yelling O-S-H-I-T, O-S-H-I-T all the way down. Let me tell you, ever since that happened to me, I've been very, very cautious and almost tend to drive in the middle of the road because I've seen the shoulder take cars way right in front of me. So yeah, it's time to be careful. It's time to back off those cars a little bit, you know, and do what y'all do out there. Anyway, back to it. We're looking for more check-ins. Could you be number 6? Okay, nothing heard. We're going to do open mic now. It is Throwback Thursday. Anybody got any good I live to tell a story stories of winter shenanigans or winter bumps and bruises out there? Please come on now. Go ahead there, VA3EWV.
Ernest, this isn't a life and death situation, but I did something that even surprised me last night. I was just plain stupid. I was telling you I was trying my mobile in my truck here. I got the F-150. I finally got the PL259 connection for a magnetic antenna. I finally got that all hooked up and put together, so I'm going to try my antenna on this portable here before you even put the mobile in. And my magnet wasn't working on the top of the truck, and I thought, what the heck? I thought it was broken. Then I realized that the F-150 is aluminum, so I'm going to have to get a new antenna, I would think, before I do anything. Over.
Oh yeah, hey, VA3EWV was telling me about that. He picked up a new to him truck, and he was telling me about having an all aluminum. Some of those cabs are all aluminum, and he wasn't able to put a mag mount on there, you know. So you might have to do like I saw on VA3BS's truck. They have this little lip mount for the hoods of the truck. It looks pretty good on his truck too. I was actually thinking about doing that on my Equinox, you know, but my lip on my Equinox is off to the side, like 3 inches down off to the side. So I'm not sure how that'll work. But yeah, I don't know what's going to be your other alternative. Do you have like a rack on there or anything?
Negative, and I got a bed liner, so I don't know. I may get some kind of a clip there. I'll see what I can do. I think I may get one on the hood. I'll put it there now. I just thought I'd be able to do the mag lock, and I forgot that this darn thing was aluminum. And anyway, I realize it now, so next step, I guess, I'll find something over.
Okay, we're going to open it up. Anybody have any comments that they want to share with Mike on how you may be able to resolve that? We're going to be listening for comments.
I watched a video on installing an antenna on a Ford F-150 that is an aluminum body.
Check that out. I'll be looking at that. I'll check it out later. I'll Google it later.
I don't know. It's the cab light, the exterior. They take the lens off, and in behind it, there's a plate, a very thin plate that attaches there, and that allows you to put your mag mount on it, and then you put the lens back on. So it goes behind that. What do you call that? Cab, exterior cab light.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the cargo light, actually. Yeah, there's like a long light back there. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. I'm going to check that video out over.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about it is it was very successful, and at the end of the video, everybody was happy.
Thanks for that. I'll check it out.
See, there we go. That's how we do it around here. All lending a helping hand there. Okay, Rebecca is on. VA3, VE3, V Volkswagen Bug, VWB. Yeah. Anyway, Rebecca, how you doing this morning? Giving a shout out. She usually comes in on Echolink. Yep. And so we got your check-in in there this morning, and good to see you. Okay, so we got number 6 there, V, and Rebecca's saying hello to everybody on the channel. VA3EWV. I got you down there. Okay, we're looking for number 7. Could that be you? VA3EWV listening. Okay, guys, this is some story time if y'all want to tell some. So I have a lot of good stories to share with you guys from the throwback times. Okay, this is one when I was first getting my driver's license, and how I wanted to quit school after this situation. I never wanted to drive again, you know, and it was funny as heck at the time. It wasn't funny to me, but for my 3 friends, it was funny. So my mom's teaching me how to drive, and my dad has a 6th, 7th hand Lincoln Continental. Just to let you guys know, back in the hood where I'm from, it was like you were something if you had a new car, right? If it was 2nd or 3rd hand, you were still, you know, that's still high grass if you got a 2nd or 3rd hand. Everybody I knew in my family used to have 8th and 9th hand cars, you know, like 20th hands. I don't even know if y'all know what that is. But anyway, we're driving in the car, and my mom wants me to bring her to this place called O'Neill's so she can go out bra shopping. So I have my 3 buddies in the back, Pruitt, Steve, and Pookie. That's because, you know, that's how they do it down there. But I had the 3 amigos with me. We're going down the street. My mom's, you know, turn here, son, you know, don't get too close, this, that, and other. And then my mom decides that she's going to take off her bra in the car. Now, so we've gotten to the place. She's found her bra that she wants. We're back in the car. We're heading home. And as we're heading down, we're going over this bridge, and it's got it's the bridges that you can see through the bottom. You know, it's the metal bridges. So I'm white knuckling it, you know, going over this bridge very slow. And my mom does this thing what the girls do. Let me pause. It's where they, you know, they get the bra, and they put their arms inside their shirt, and they're starting to put their bra on. And I just want to preface it by saying this. Women in the South, they're built forward tough, you know? Not 150s, they're like 450s and 550s, okay? Anyway, she's putting the elbow through the thing to get the bra on, and her stuff pops out, and my friends in the backseat are looking through the phone, and they see it. And they start laughing so hard you couldn't even hear anything, but all you could hear is all I could feel is the back of my seat being kicked and all that stuff like that. And I look over, and there it is, and I just put my hand over on it, and they were just crying. And here I'm trying to get across this doggone bridge. And of course, you know, when I got to school, they started calling me Tiddy Baby and stuff like that. So I just wanted to share that funny one with you guys, and then we'll go back down the list there. Over. All right. 7 and 8. Okay, so we're going to hit at the top there. We'll start with on the web there. Becca, I see you still watching. You have anything to add or a funny story on this Throwback Thursday, you can put it in the comments and we'll come back with you, okay? All right, next on the list is VA3BS. Dean, are you still out there? If you're gone, that's okay. We're just going to go down the list. And if you have a funny story to share, it could be about radio or anything. Come on in. Okay, Dean is gone. Let's get over there to Michael, VA3MJW. Come on in there, Mike, if you have anything to say, or just pass it on and we'll keep on going. Okay, nothing heard from VA3MJW. Going on to VA3AQE before we lose you. You're probably getting closer to your QTH there. Over. Come on in.
VA3AQE, yeah, I'm getting close to my coffee. But you know what, Ernest? You remind me of a guy that we used to work with when he first joined us. We told him, if you had anything you wanted to share with us, tell us now so we never bother you or bug you for the rest of your life, because we're very sensitive to your needs. To share what people would call you years ago. I got news for you, buddy. I've got a funny feeling you're going to be hearing Tiddy Baby often than not this year. I don't know if that was a good idea, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about. And that stuck with me for a while, through high school. And they love the nicknames and stuff like that, right? Everybody has a nickname. As a matter of fact, most of the people I knew, I didn't even know their real names, right? So yeah, I caught it, and getting on the yellow dog. I don't know if that's what y'all call them here in Canada, but on the school bus we call it the yellow dog, right? So yep, I would stay in the house until the yellow dog pulled up, then I'd run down the street because they didn't want to catch it, right? And I'm telling you, Pruitt and Steve, they were just relentless, And I'm telling you, I was scratching the palm of my hand forever, because it was just the weirdest thing. Oh my goodness gracious alive. Yeah, those good old stories when you're coming up, The next one I have, since everybody's out there quiet, I met this little girl named Grace, and, mom's like, okay, you got to be in the bed by 9 o'clock, right? And that's not bad. If you're in grade 6, 7, 8, maybe, I'm a senior in high school. My bedtime under the sheets was 9 o'clock, right? So I always told people that, oh yeah, my mom has a hard time getting to bed, so I had to be there for her to help her in the bed. No, that was me. I just didn't want to tell my friends and that's not a 9 o'clock curfew. You had to be in the bed and your bath, right? So I had to be in the house like 8:30. So, in the summertime, I'm going in the house when it's, broad daylight, right? Anyway, this old girl, Grace, and you guys remember, hold on, let me pause this. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness gracious. You guys remember that back in the day when we had those corded phones, and, the square one, and ours had the receiver with the 2 round parts in it. So back then, they had the party line, so the girl next door, Annie, we used to always take the the bottom part out so we can hear and listen, right? But anyway, I knew Grace was going to be calling, so I was sitting there with my finger on the button, the little button that the receiver went on. And as soon as I heard, boom, I was there. So I started talking to her, and stuff like that, and we had those 200-foot phone cords. So our house was a 2-story house, but with those windows that stick out, okay? So I knew I was supposed to be in the bed at 9 o'clock. So anyway, I went out the window, got the phone cord out there with me, and then I got on top of that little window sticking out, and I was sitting there talking to Grace, because I know my mom and them couldn't hear me, because everyone was down on the first floor. Well, I'm sitting there, and she's talking really good to me and stuff like that, and then I hear the window shut, right? And I don't move, because I know I could get killed, right? Because, back in the South, they don't talk. There's no timeouts and stuff like that, right? There's none of that. Anyway, I stayed up there. I'm like, hey, I got to go. Well, I went to go open the window and found out that it was locked. And let me tell you, I stayed up on the roof all night long, right? And I learned my lesson. So right before school, the window opened. I didn't catch nothing that time, but I was like, I had to spend the night on the roof. And let me tell you, those shingles were killing me. All right, guys, we're going to pause here for a second, see if there's any emergency traffic. If not, we're going to keep on going down the list. Okay, nothing heard. Are there any more check-ins? Okay, it is 8:28 on this beautiful Thursday morning. We got a little bit of snow here for those out there in Radio Land. And on Facebook, we are 0 degrees here in St. Andrews, Ontario, Canada. 93% humidity. We do have some snow on the ground. We're going to have a high of 2 here, a low of 0. We're talking about stuff in the back in the day because this is Throwback Thursday. We've had check-ins this morning from VA3BS reminding us also that there's going to be a breakfast at 8:30 on Saturday at Sunnyside Up. It is Remembrance Day as well, so we'll have a moment of silence and then we'll dig into our food. We have VA3EWV out there this morning. He's reminding us that we need to put on the right shoes. He had a little slip and slide and had to buy 2 coffees and only drank 1 out there at Tim Hortons. We got VA3AQE out there heading toward his destination, Mobile. Saw a couple of saw one accident with a couple of cars in it. So be careful out there. We have Rick, VA3KCB, down by the riverside there. And Rob heading to his destination. Was going to grab a coffee and then get back in there with us, VA3ARF. We also have Rebecca online there, VE3VWB, Volkswagen Bug, out there on Facebook. Rob, are you back in there or are you gone? Okay, so Rob may have made his destination. VA3KCB, are you still in there?
I'm still down here. Still got a light giggle going. I love your... I talk down south on a different frequency almost daily, almost down to your hometown, and I'm sure those fellas could tell a lot of stories too. It sounds like they're a bunch of good people. Yeah.
Yeah, Roger that. When I get off the radio here this morning, I know my parents are probably having their morning breakfast, and they loved me getting in there and showing them the snow and stuff like that. At one point, well, my parents, they don't have internet or anything like that, but my brother has moved them into an in-law suite on his place, so I'll get a hold of him, and then he goes and brings them the phone over, and then I walk around the property and stuff like that. And my mom was she was so shocked the other day when I told her that this time of year, you can go to the dollar store and different craft stores, and they're selling pine cones, you know. Sometimes 4 pine cones are like $15. Now remember, they're from Pineville, Louisiana, okay? Where pine cones just all over the place. So my mom thought years ago that she could make a lot of money by just having me bring trash bags full of pine cones over to Canada and spray some cinnamon smell on them, right? And some of that little paint that makes them look like snow caps. She thought she was going to be a millionaire until I broke her heart and tell her that they don't allow that kind of stuff to happen. You can't bring that kind of stuff over to Canada. But it's a crying shame that they charge you for stuff like that. I was at Home Depot yesterday, and they are taking these white, I don't know what kind of tree it is, but you know, it's the white logs there. They're very thin, about 2 or 3 inches in diameter. They take 2 of those, stick it in a pot, throw some pine twigs or limbs on it, and the things were $72. I'm like, oh my God, you know, $72. I don't have the little white tree things, but I have everything else, and I have 2 planter boxes in the yard. So, you know, I don't know if it's allowed or not, but I'm going to go looking for me some of those little trees there, cut me 2 twigs down and just do my own. Because $72 a pop, that's pretty steep. Anyway, when do you guys put up your Christmas decorations, if any? That's the next question out there. Oh, Michael is watching. Good morning there, Michael. I'll get his call sign here in a second. Anyway, back over to you guys. I'm just going to pause my jaws and see if you guys want to talk amongst each other. VA3EWV on the side for a second.
Yeah, you're talking about a birch tree. The bark on it is white.
Yeah, those things must be in high demand, you know. Like, again, they're getting $70-something a pop for them, and people are taking them, you know, 2 or 3 at a time. Most people take 2, right? So that's dang near $200. But you know what, though? I've seen those things in front of friends' houses, and they last the whole winter time. It's not like they just sit there and, you know, for like a month or so. Those things will last you, and they still look good before they turn brown, eh? Michael, I think you're VA3LI.
Oh yeah, I had a decorative three chunks of birch tree with the white bark on it in my living room in the wood basket. I think I've had them for maybe 15 years.
Amen on that. Okay, folks. I'm going to be on the side here for a second. If anybody else wants to check in, please come now. I'm trying to see what the other Michael's call sign is so I can get him added to the roster there. But yeah, so there, if any more check-ins, please come on now. Say hello to Michael. This is VA3EWV returning with On the Air with VA3EWV, Throwback Thursdays. We've had 7 check-ins so far this morning, having a good time. We have managed to go through 34 minutes of fun here. We've talked about the weather. We've talked about Tiddy Babies. We've talked about aluminum hoods this morning and things like that. We have 3 check-ins on the web so far this morning. And also, not only that, we had about 6 people join the group yesterday. I saw some of my family joining up there and some friends. They like to hear us sitting out there talking. And one of my friends said he's going to start studying for his test. He's in the States, of course, but nevertheless, that's my mission to promote ham radio and get everybody out there on the push to talk button. A lot of people, they should have 2 licenses. They should have a license to listen and then a license to talk. So if you want to listen, it should be easier, They should just give you testing on how to turn on your radio, how to tune into the frequencies, what antennas to get you the farthest stuff out there, and all that. Also, as I'm babbling along, there's a good movie on Netflix, by the way, that has to do a lot with radio. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a short mini-series, and the first episode was outstanding. But it's all about radio. It has to do with the war there, and they're trying to find this girl who's broadcasting to the Allies in secret. Oh no, she's reading something, but they're translating it. So that's a good watch. When I figure out the name of it, I'll let you guys know. But it's very good. Anyway, I'm going to be pushing it back over to you guys and listening on the side for a second. Okay, VA3LI. Let's see if we got that going. I think that's Michael over there. Okay. VA3LI. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay, this is VA3EWV returning. I remember about 2 or 3 months ago when I first got on the web and was trying to get people in my QRZ, everybody was Rick, or Rob. And now that I'm looking at the call-in sheet, I have Michael. So we have, but all different spellings, by the way. But we have a lot of Michaels. I had to go and see who VA3LI, he's a Michael as well. So we have VA3LI, VA3AQE, and VA3MJW out there, all Michaels. And we appreciate everybody tuning in there. So we're going to just be on standby here for the next little while. Let's see if anybody else happens to pop in. But we're going to be on the side and listening. Everybody out there, enjoy your coffees, your teas, your milks, and stuff like that. Keep it safe. And like I said, I'm just going to be standing by. VA3EWV monitoring. Okay, folks. Thank you for joining us out there on Facebook. We're having a good morning this morning. VA3EWV on the air there. This is VA3EWV on the air on the Throwback Thursday, returning. I have found a radio that I think I want for my base station there. VA3KCB, are you still out there monitoring? Over.
Yes, sir, I am.
I was just browsing the web here, and I saw John Reese, who is Renee. He just posted a new radio there, and I've been looking at it this morning. As you guys probably know, I like DMR, and I also like CB2, but to get the radio that I have now, and the setup that I have, I had to sell all my 11 meter stuff, right? But I do have a very small radio in the car now. But I would really like to have one in the shack. But I don't want to have a lot of holes and going through and a lot of cables and all this stuff. You know, it just goes on and on and on. But anyway, I see a new radio that he has on his page there. I'm going to steal the picture and stuff and put it on my page. But this thing claims to be doing FT8, lower sideband, upper sideband, CW, AM, FM, RTTY, DMR, VFM receive only, dual mode, now that I know how to use that, and it also has CB mode in it as well. It's called a PMR-171, PMR-171, and you can see on the front of the picture when I steal it and put it on my own page, it says it does from 74 to 520 megahertz. And then I can't see the bottom, but it's like 0.1 to 70 to 74 megahertz. So it looks like it goes from 0.1 all the way to 520 megahertz. So that seems like the radio that'll do it. I wouldn't mind having that as my base radio. And then on top of it, the thing has a battery pack that you can attach to the back of it. Over.
That sounds very interesting. So you'll post it on your Facebook page?
Yeah, I'm going to go and well, see, here's the thing. I just want a page for, for fun, talking and stuff like that. Nothing for people to do advertisements and all that stuff, if you know what I mean. Because it kind of gets out of hand. But this is something that looks good to me. It does all those things, and like right now, most of us have 2 or 3 and 4 radios, right, to do different stuff. So I keep hearing VA3AQE and Dean VA3BS and other VA3FZ, and the list goes on and on and on. Everybody's getting into the FT8, right? And it's just something I wouldn't mind doing, and I've been watching them do it and stuff like that. And you don't even talk on that frequency, right? It's just like it's just go hunting for other radios in different places. But I was looking at $1,000 or more for that to just get a regular HF radio. But then good luck getting an HF radio that has DMR on it, and good luck finding an HF radio that has CB on it, right? I know that V3PRY got one from got picked up one, and he was lucky to get that CB in there, right? Let me pause. So yeah, good luck trying to find a radio that's already modded to have that. This one comes on it, and the brand name is G for Golf Uniform Oscar Hotel Echo Tango Echo Charlie. So I've never even heard of that before. So I'll do a couple review, like look at a couple of YouTube things and see what's going on. But that thing does it all. You know, DMR, CB, FT8, you name it, it does it. So that seems like a one-stop shop almost there for that radio.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a Chinese brand. Like maybe obviously if it's brand new, it's unproven. All HF rigs can do 11 meters if they're modified, which is extremely easy, but no modification is advisable. Wink, wink.
Well, since most of these, I'm about to say something I know nothing about, so I'm not even going to say it because I'm a beginner ham. You know, I have the H and I don't even have the other AM yet. Anyway, what I was going to say though is, with a lot of these radios that I'm seeing now that I can purchase, you know, like brand new out the box, these radios don't seem like things that you can just go in and fix up if it's broken. So it's all about your warranties, right? And I see people keeping boxes, warranty cards. My Yaesu came with a warranty card for 1 year on parts and labor and on defects, you know. So you don't want to monkey around with anything because if you have to send these radios in, they're going to know. So I'm going to go out here real quick there while I return the mic over and just see. I'll put the model number into YouTube and see what the oldest video I can find. I'll be right back. Anyway, this is VA3EWV listing. We've had 7 check-ins this morning on the Throwback Thursday. If you want to be number 8, come on in. VA3KCB, this is VA3EWV returning. Okay, the oldest video that I can find on that PMR-171 is 2 months old. And not only that, I have subscribed to this this YouTube channel, and I've been on it for a long time now. It's called Ham Radio 2.0, and this guy does all kind of reviews and things like that. And they have sent him that radio, and he's done quite a few reviews on it. So it's out there with some of those guys. I don't know if you all follow any of the ham radio YouTube things out there, but it's definitely out there, and it's on Tech Minds as well. A good looking little radio there. Seems like they are giving a lot of you shoulda, coulda, wouldas, because when you look at the back of the radio, it has all these ports and stuff, like it has the network port and all that. But when you put the battery on, it covers up the network port. So that's some. But I guess when you're putting the battery on, you're going out to do the POTA, because I do see it out here doing parts on the air, and they have it out there doing everything. And the unique thing that I've never seen on radio before, you guys may have, because you've been around radios longer than I, but both antenna things, I guess jacks, they're in the front of the radio. They're not behind it.
Oh, okay. I might have seen that radio then online somewhere, because I said, what a idiotic place to put antenna connectors is in the front of the radio.
Yeah, but looking at all these videos, you know, because I see a lot of them, they're doing contests, right? And I see quite a few of these out here. They're doing CWW SSB contests. So there's the radio just sitting there. The battery pack is attached to the back of it. And then they have various antennas coming out the front. Some of them look like rubber ducky antennas, right? So that's kind of cool that you can just take an L adapter and put the rubber ducky on top of it, and you're sitting out there talking on it. It looks like it's got like a tactical look to it. So that'll be a really good radio to stick in like a backpack or something like that, you know. And then it's got its own battery with it. So that's pretty cool, you know. Oh, and it has APRS on it as well and GPS. So it's covering all the bases. Over.
Yeah, I copy that, Ernest. I'll look at it when I get home. I'm just leaving the river. I have a foot appointment, and then I'll be home by 10, and I'll take a look. Renee didn't happen to put a price on it, did he?
No, I'm just looking at the thing there. I'll call him up, but you know, no, I don't see a price. I'll have to go sell some more Tupperware to get that for sure. That's what I try to do too. Every time I see something, I go sell that Tupperware stock I got. But I'm pretty sure that thing's probably over $1,000. You know, I mean, it doesn't look like it's cheap. So, I mean, cheaply made, I should say. I was actually, I know you're going to get on out of here. I was actually hesitant to get that Anytone, right? Because it's nothing that I ever seen. I grew up with the, you know, Cobra 29 LTD faces and the Galaxy faces, and you know, it was 30 years outside of radio. So when I saw all this new stuff, it looked kind of flimsy to me compared to those, you know, chrome faces and those Hardy built, you know, CB radios and stuff like that. But I'm pretty impressed with the old Anytone here. So who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna let everybody go. We've had some good times out here. Gonna do one more call for check-ins. If not, we're gonna close the show. So we're looking for any more check-ins. Please come down. Okay, nothing heard. Any final comments? All right, folks, have a good rest of your day. This is VA3EWV on Throwback Thursday. We'll be checking in tomorrow with the TGIF Friday. You guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you later. VA3EWV clear.
VA3KCB, we're clear.
Okay, there you have it, folks. We've had a good morning today. We've had 7 check-ins. We've had 3 on Facebook. Thank you, Rebecca, for checking in on Facebook. Thank you, Michael, VA3LI, for checking in on Facebook. VA3EWV, and let's see who else we have out there. All right, guys, have a good rest of your morning. It's been a great day. Now I'm going to go update our badges and stuff, and our participation badges. And I'll see y'all later. VA3EWV clear. Make sure you press that push to talk button, folks. Make sure you press it. Let's get on with it.